ABC Radio Brisbane, you're listening to Rebecca Livingston.
Be kind, be useful, be courageous. Yeah, that's it. They're the things I've got to work into my day. Be useful. All right, how about this? If you're wondering how you can claim some money back on tax, a business expense now you're working from home, well, the ATO has announced a range of tax deductions. Olivia Maragna is a finance expert from Aspire Retire Financial Planning. Olivia, you are kind, useful and courageous, so you're the right person to talk to. Hello. Oh, hang on, where are you? There you are. Hi.
I'm hoping to be useful this morning at least.
You're always useful, Olivia. All right, let's go, because I mean lots of people are now in changed work circumstances and working from home. Firstly, what is the key to claiming a deduction?
Well, so I think the big thing here with this introduction is you need to be keeping a record of the numbers that you're working from home. And this is obviously all because of COVID-19. So if you've got, keep a timesheet, keep diary notes, rosters, the tax office is saying that they will go to your employer if they need to justify the hours that you're working from home. But just make sure if you're looking at claiming this, that you do have some sort of record of expenditure. So just keep in mind there are two real keys that the tax office always says when it comes to tax deductions is number one, you must incur the expense. So you're the one paying your phone bill, you're the one paying your internet, the electricity and so on. And it cannot be reimbursed by your employer. So if your employer is, contributing towards some of those costs, you can't then also claim the tax deduction. So a couple of key things there: keep good records, make sure that you're actually incurring the expense, and just be mindful if you're being reimbursed. What can you claim if you work from home? Well, the list is reasonably long. So it's things like electricity, so heating, cooling, lighting, in relation to the area from where you're working, cleaning costs for the dedicated work area. We've got phone, internet expenses, computer consumables. So that's where we're talking about paper, ink and so on, so stationery as well, but even home office equipment. So we're talking computers, printers, phones, furniture, furnishings, so there's ability there to claim certain amounts as well. So the list is actually quite long. Just keep in mind that you don't actually need to have a separate or dedicated area of your home set aside for working. So you don't need to have a study as such, but it's just in relation to obviously the area that you're working at home. And like I said, good records are really important.
So you could be working from your bed under a doona in your PJs and still making a claim.
Well, hopefully your employer allows you to do that.
I can't decide if I'm jealous of people working at home or glad that I'm still, up and going in to work. What are you doing, Olivia?
Well, I'm actually doing a little bit of both. So there are some circumstances where I do need to still come to the office, which is where I actually am today. But we're trying to work as much as at home as possible. So I don't think I've been into work for a good old week.
Yes.
Which is good. But I think the biggest thing for a lot of people is obviously having the good technology at home, having good internet, because I think that's probably the biggest complaint that I'm hearing from a lot of people is that fast internet at home to be able to be as productive from
as
home.
Possible. Yeah, well, we had a representative from the NBN on yesterday assuring us that, work continues and capacity is being ramped up where possible, in particular around telehealth for GPs, for people calling their doctors from home. Olivia Maragna from Aspire Retire Financial Planning talking you through the tax deductions you can claim from the ATO if you are working from home. So, Olivia, that was a long list of what you can claim. What can't you claim?
Well, high on the list is toilet paper. I thought that one was funny, so I'd add it in. So all those people hoarding toilet paper, you can't even claim that. So look, obviously things like cost of coffee, tea, milk, other general household items that your employer would normally provide you at work, you actually can't claim. So toilet paper is on that list. But other things just to keep in mind, mortgage, interest, rent, rates, those sort of things, you generally can't sort of claim on those ones. So just be mindful of that. But this is really just have a think about what you're doing at the moment. You're at home, you're spending a little bit extra on electricity, phone, internet, those sort of things, having paper at home. They're the key things that you can actually claim.
Yeah, and can I just get you to say a little bit louder? Did you say coffee and tea, milk that your employer might provide?
Yeah,
because I'll just let you know that
employers that do that.
There are so few people in this building right now that there's no milk, and we had to kind of force our boss into a corner. Eventually, they relented and bought like a litre of milk. Thanks, Matt. Thanks for that. Anyway, sorry, I shouldn't do that. Just hang on to my job while I've got it. Olivia, is there a new method that the ATO has introduced to claim these tax deductions? Is it not the normal way?
Yeah, so this is the new thing that's come out as a tax office. So normally, if I just go back in the past, so there are a couple of ways that you could normally claim your running expenses at home, and there's fixed rate methods, which was about 52 cents per hour of work at home, and then there's actual costs where you can look at all of your expenses and start prorating it. The tax office has said, let's not make it difficult for everyone. Let's just come up with a simple cents per hour that you can do for each hour that you're working at home. So it's 80 cents for every hour you work from home due to COVID-19.
Wow.
And that's
80 cents.
80 cents.
Right.
So, and that's as long as you're working from home to fulfill your employment duties and you're not just carrying out minimal tasks such as occasionally checking your emails or taking calls. And obviously this is in relation to additional deductible running expenses because you are working from home. So this isn't if you're not really working from home, you're just checking the occasional email. This is you are working from home, you're doing your full hours from home. You can get this 80 cents per hour. Again, just keep in mind, you need to make sure you're keeping good records in relation to this. And like I said, the tax office is saying that they will talk to your employers if they have any concerns around your deductions or what you're actually claiming on an hourly basis.
Brilliant. Olivia, I just quickly speed read a text message that came through. I don't know if I'm getting this right, but I think they're essentially saying, could you claim for flushing the loo more at home? Just checking.
Well, that's where the $200 comes in terms of what the state government is providing.
The utility bill.
Queenslanders. It's the utility bill. So the extra water that you are claiming is where that help is coming in. But look, it's a big expense. I always say, if you want to save money, the best way to do it is to actually go to work more. Yeah. Because it does cost money actually sitting at home and working from home. So this is a nice little relief that the tax office has come back with. They've increased the rate and they've said as long as it's due to COVID-19, you get to claim this.
And just to clarify, you can claim those things and the 80 cents per hour. The 80 cents is on top of all the things that you claim.
No, so in terms of that, so that's instead of, so what a lot of people normally do is they might look at their electricity or their phone and so on and say, look, as part of what I actually claim, normally I would apportion it to this much. So that's what they call the actual cost method. So you look at all of your expenses and you portion it. This is the easy. If you don't want to go through that exercise, it's a flat 80 cents per hour. So just to be very clear, that 80 cents per hour includes electricity for lighting, decline in the value or repair of capital items, cleaning expenses, phone costs, internet costs, computer consumables, or a decline in the value of your computer. So this is a super easy way if you don't want to go through what the tax office calls the actual cost method, which is trying to work it out and proportion it. This is a simple work out how many hours you are working from home and claim this 80 cents per work.
Keep it tidy.
Hour that you work.
Super tidy. Olivia.
Simple.
Always good to catch up. You've been kind, you've been useful, you've been courageous. You've ticked all the Judith Lucy boxes.
Thanks very much.
Olivia Maragna from Aspire Retire Financial Planning. I love it when Olivia calls. She calls to say I love you in the form of money, right?
No New